As technology changes, so do the driver's licenses. The current horizontal license looks like this and has the following features. The blue sky at the top of the driver's license has Arizona written in red and all capital letters. The type of driver's license is noted under Arizona. The license number, expiration date, date of birth, and issue date are on the upper right side of the license. An image of the Grand Canyon is below the blue sky, with a photograph of the license bearer at the bottom right. The license holder's name and address are just below the blue sky on the left. Below that, just above the white box with the license holder's signature, is the class and the person's physical description. Next to the signature box, if needed, will be the words medical alert in either green or yellow. The back of the ID has a magnetic strip, barcode, and other information. When a black light is held next to the driver's license, the Arizona state seal can be seen. It also has Grand Canyon State repeated in the overlay of the driver's license. If using a magnifying glass to examine IDs, under the signature you will see a line that reads in micro words, Grand Canyon State. When a flashlight is held to the back of the license, just to the left of the photo, an outline of the state of Arizona will appear. The vertical ID features the same information, but to the left of the photo and under the white signature box, the under 21 until statement and date will be shown. An identification card will look the same as a driver's license, except it will not have an expiration date. The under 21 ID will be vertical, and 21 and older ID will be horizontal, just like you would see on a driver's license. On June 16, 2014, the Arizona Department of Transportation Motor Vehicle Division began issuing a newly designed driver's license/identification card. Enhanced security features have been incorporated into the driver's license/ID credential to safeguard personal information and to help prevent identity theft. Under the new process, called Central Credential Issuance, customers at an ADOT Motor Vehicle Division office will no longer immediately be issued a new permanent driver's license or ID card at the end of the application process. The credential will instead be mailed to the specified mailing address on the resident's application. At the offices, customers will receive a temporary paper license or identification card that can be used until the permanent card arrives in the mail. It is up to the establishment to accept the paper temporary card for identification for the purpose to purchase, consume, or be in possession of a spirituous liquor. We suggest that when a paper temporary license or ID card is presented, that you ask for a second piece of identification and ask them questions that would be on the ID. Here are some of the new features of the new driver's license identification credential. Number 1, a larger primary portrait with a smaller ghost portrait. Number 2, a security design comprised of unique Arizona geological features in the background created by using many different patterns, lines, and images. This design provides the overall look of the credential. Number 3, a laser perforation in the shape of Arizona, which when held up to the light is used to authenticate the credential quickly. Number 4, a tactile date of birth field to assist in authenticating the credential by using the sense of touch. The date in this field will have a raised feel to it. Number 5, a ringtail, the state mammal, illustrated on the front of the new credential. Number 6, organ donor designation. Number 7, veteran designation. Remember, a person cannot legally hold a driver's license and identification card at the same time. Checking an ID is more than you think it is. The DLLC has a program that is called CUB, which stands for Covert Underage Buyer. The following is from a press release issued by the DLLC. Of the total of the liquor-related arrests made by the Department of Liquor, the CUB program constitutes approximately 14%. To maximize efficiency, a CUB detail begins only after 2 actions occur. 1, the department receives a complaint that a liquor license establishment may be selling liquor to underage customers, and 2, the liquor officer has established reasonable suspicion that unlawful activity is occurring on the licensed premises. This triggers step 3. A CUB, accompanied by a liquor officer, is sent into the establishment to attempt to purchase liquor. Of the 15 sworn officers of the Department of Liquor, 1 liquor officer and 12 CUBs conduct all CUB operations. Since the inception of the CUB program, almost 3,000 establishments have received a visit from a CUB. Of those establishments, close to a third sell to the CUB after the CUB has presented a valid ID stating he or she has not yet reached age 21, or the clerks neglected to ask for an ID at all. Liquor officers have issued almost 4,000 citations, of which half, administrative citations, are issued to the licensee and half criminal citations to store clerks that completed the sales transaction with the Cub. Although it's impossible to estimate exactly how many sales to underage these arrests have prevented, at an absolute minimum, we can state that 772 have been prevented in the 10-year history of the Cub operations. The Arizona Department of Liquor instituted the Covert Underage Buyer, Cub, program in June of 2003. Prior to participating in Cub investigations, each Cub is required to be between the ages of 15 to 19, receives training consisting of state liquor laws, Cub program guidelines, personal and public safety measures. Department of Liquor Cub operations include Cub program training for the agency and other state, county, and local law enforcement agency. This allows the Cub program to operate statewide. The Department of Liquor and other state law enforcement agencies often collaborate on Cub details. These collaborations are indicated by Scottsdale Police Department and Payson Police Department, and Cubs located in Tucson, in which the local agency issued the citations and provided the Cubs. In short, you have to examine IDs closer than most of us are used to.